Hey, 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 welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you here for our lunch stream. If you're new and wondering what this is, well, this is where we hang out with you good folks for the next hour, hour and a half, however long it takes, where we will cover the latest and greatest Star Wars Galaxy heroes, hang out with you. We're going to do a roster review. We'll answer your questions. If you have questions, go ahead and pop those in chat, and Dr. Finn Medicine Woman will scoop those up. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, or we are not going to scoop it up. That's just the way Nightbot works, and I can't do anything about it. So if you want your question read, make sure you do that. Real quick, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out our Patreon, and we'll cover the ACS stuff as well as our Amazon wish list. There's some fun stuff on there you guys can get that we put on there. Everybody likes the Amazon wish list. We put stuff on there that the fans want to get us and stuff, and Ouchie made us do it a long time ago, and I keep it up because we keep getting asked about it. So there we go. There's all that. Glad to have everybody here. I know it's Monday, but hopefully this is something that brings you something fun to listen to during your work day, during your lunch, whether you're listening to us live or listen to us later on when you're catching up on YouTube or downloading this as a podcast. Doesn't matter. We'll bring you the same quality entertainment. That being said, let's introduce all the potato heads that are here with me today, starting with Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, who is here.
Good afternoon.
Hey. Also joining us, we've got Grim the Mechanic.
How's it going?
Also monitoring chat, and we'll be scooping up your questions. We've got Mr. Gingivitis, the soulless one, sanely red.
I'm going to be playing KOTOR today.
Oh, my dear Lord. I will not be able to watch or anything because I've got 2 giant projects. I'm in my last week of school, Finn. What do you think?
Better than the first.
Yes, many moons ago, I started this long, epic journey, but I've got 2 PowerPoint presentations due today. My team sent me all their stuff, and it's crap, so I'm going back in and fixing it because I can't turn in crap. I can't do it, Finn. I'm not into the crap.
Was it worth it, though, Ranger? Along this journey, you probably lost a little bit of hair. Your hair turned gray, and you picked up a grande. Is it really worth it?
I don't know. It's one of those things in life you have to ponder and think about. It's one of those philosophical things that you just don't know about. Also joining us, we've got Mr. Stoner Jedi himself, Xylo Takedown.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
With my apprentice.
Yep, he's hanging out, eating his corn dogs and watching his shows.
That's right, my apprentice. Enjoy your gun dogs. We're quite safe in the pitiful little band of rebellion. And last but not least, he's here, the big deal himself, the French tickler, the brown Gandalf, the government Wi-Fi stealer, the chicken chaser, the beardless one, the one and only Grande Pappy Patron.
What's up? How you doing, Ranger? We are so glad that you started that journey of edumacation so many moons ago, and your kindergarten teacher is very proud of you that you finally know your primary colors. We are very, very excited.
I think you're confused, Grande. That's your teacher. I'm in college.
Oh, that's right.
I'm in college, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I guess Grande's having flashbacks of eating paste and finger painting. So
my favorite things to do.
That's right. When he's not at the pool, that's what Grande's doing. He takes care of the kids by finger painting with them and eating glue. All right, so get your questions in. The journey for Revan continues on. Just a heads up, I've got Basilisk 6 stars, Candace is 6 stars, Karth is 6 stars, Juhani will be 6 stars. If I ever get a damn 1280 16 pop, I'll pop her, and she'll well be within 6 stars. I will be getting Darth Revan. There's no doubt about it. I've gone through most of my crystals. I've gone through $100 worth of crystals, Grande. I hope you're proud of me that I saved up. I've gone through a vault getting these characters going.
Dang. Did you actually buy a vault, or did you just...
No, those are all the crystals I had saved. Remember, I had like 20... I forgot.
Yeah.
With what I've already earned, I was at like almost 30,000, so I'm down to 8,000. So yeah, about a vault worth of crystals that I've gone through to get the characters where they are right now. And I've got like 8,300 left. I'm thinking I may get the Basilisk Juhani one just to be safe. It does have crystals in it, but that'll push me right where I need to be. So the sooner I get them done, the sooner when the Revan event comes, I can stream for you guys.
Now, how close are they to Gear 11? I'm sort of getting this kind of vibe that the event's going to be kind of tough.
I'm not worried about it because I've got like 600 something Carbanti saved, 300 stun cuffs, stun guns.
So you could get them to Gear 11.
Oh, if I needed to. But I'm only going to take them to Gear 9.
No. Yeah. Don't take them.
Yeah, I haven't even geared them.
Yeah. For now. Gear 6, Gear 7.
I haven't even geared them. I haven't leveled them.
Okay.
They're all 50, except Bassett because I've been using her. But I've only got her like Gear 8. So I could take her to Gear 9 easily right now. I've got all the gear saved. I'm just hoarding gear, hoarding everything. So if I have to go gear tiers, I can. I'm not worried about it. And we will get that knocked out. So prepare yourselves. But yeah, I think I'm going to get the Bastila Fallen Juhani pack. And then I'll just save all my rest of my crystals to round them all off. Canderous is just coming along nicely. I haven't done anything with him other than just 144. I'm working on the other characters first because I can just spend a couple hundred crystals and really start exploding him up to 7 stars. He's 41 out of 100. So that's where I'm at. Don't ask. All right, we got a roster review today. Moss Mike's like, that's not enough to Gear 11. Trust me, brother, it's more than enough. I've got like hundreds of each of the pieces. Carbanti is just not going to be any problem whatsoever. It'll be more than enough. All right, but you should only. I'm just going to take him to Gear 9. Screw that. I'm going to see if I can do the event with Gear 9. I'm not going to try to. If I can get him, if I take him to 10, then I'll take him to 10.
It's all about resource management, right?
So
resource management is only gear up what you need to when you ready to gear it up.
Yeah. Why fluff GP when you don't need to? So. All right.
Those shinies.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Today we are doing a roster review. We are doing Gunsderek and
Whoop, whoop. Gunsderek in the house.
Gunsderek is in Cloud City Underworld Dark Lords.
Whoop, whoop.
And I'm going to read this Grande, and then I'm going to let you take over. He says, I'm terrible in arena, and I'm fluffy. I'm not up to par with my counterparts in GA. Grande, this is one of your Dark Lord compatriots.
This is a great guy, by the way. Gunsderek is freaking rocks.
So, Grande, I give it over to your good gracious to help your fellow Dark Lord.
Well, first of all, big shout out to Gunsderek and to Cloud City Underworld. Great guild and part of our system, and Guns is a great guy. Really super guy. So he's feeling kind of fluffy, and let's reread some of the other things he was looking at. He was also were there any other items
that was it? It was arena, and he's fluffy, and he just needs probably mods arena, and
it's probably mods and gear on arena.
Oh, it's definitely mods.
And so if we look,
Jesus Christ, it's definitely mods.
So we go in here, and the first thing we look at is let's go look at his Revan, right? So we've got trip zated Revan, and our speed on Mr. Revan.
273.
That's part of the challenge here. We're at 273. Where are we at on the gear pieces? He's got all of them, so we're gear maxed on him. We need to put more speed on him. That's the problem. We got left side speed. We're missing right side speed. So we could probably get him up to. I'd like to see double digits in those two spots. I'm fine with the primaries and the secondaries he chose. Offense and crit damage. We'll have to see if he's got those in there. Let's go look at GMY. How's he got? We got GMY modded for. We got offense and crit chance. We got a speed arrow on him. I'm okay with that. I mean, he could use an offense arrow. It'd probably be slightly better with an offense arrow.
The special damage is 5,930.
So we need to get some more offense on there for sure. Yeah, because we're not over that 6K. We're close to the 6K mark, but we're not quite there. Let's go look at his Bastila, Sean. Crit damage, protection. We've got protection and health. I mean, some people say they like potency better for the stats. I don't think you're going to get that many stuns or ability blocks with her myself. That's just me personally. I don't know if you guys have had tons of success with it.
No, not against a mirror match. I mean, it's not really. Doesn't come
you're
to
not
play.
going to get it against a
mirror
mirror
against
match.
other teams, absolutely. It's
yeah. She'll she'll hit it all the time, but against a mirror match, not so much. Let's go look at old Jolie Bindo. We probably could do with some more health on the cross over the defense, and potentially swap out that arrow for either a health arrow or swap it out for a speed arrow. I'd like to see him with a little bit more speed than 44. If it was myself personally. And then let's see how we're doing on GK. Will we roll on GK? The primary is wrong on the triangle. No crit damage. I'd say he either needs protection, defense, or health on that triangle. Fine with the sets. It'd be nice if we got some more speed. It'd be nice if we rolled some more, health, protection, defense style secondaries. So yeah, I think this is definitely mods. Let's roll into his mods and see what we're doing. Let's roll into mods real quick. I want to filter by speed seconds. We already know he's got enough speed arrows. Yeah, stuff. Yeah, we need to push mods around. Stuff like this. First of all, we need to be slicing everything to A's over. So slice it to A. So like this 20 speed sitting on Poe needs to be sliced. Poe doesn't really need a ton of speed either. Just normally. I mean, Finn doesn't need a lot of speed.
Poe does. Finn doesn't.
Finn doesn't need a lot of speed because he's going to be getting it from his leader. Poe needs speed. I'd be looking at like this, slicing up this one on Ray Scav, this square on Ray Scav. I think some of these 15 speed.
Oh man, he's got 16 speed secondary offense crit damage.
I know it. That mod needs to get double sliced and probably put on Grandmaster Yoda. That would be my thought, right? That's a great Grandmaster. That's a great Grandmaster Yoda arrow. For example, but yeah, we need to do some more slicing of the C's and slicing of the B's up to A's.
There's a lot of slicing work. You don't need
a lot of.
We don't need to be farming mods right now. We need to be slicing twice a day.
And we need to be slicing to A, not slicing to 6E.
Yeah,
that's what I would be saying. Some of our slicing on 6E is a little bit hodgepodge.
And looking at his mods, he might be able to get away with getting his Revan faster without focusing on a speed set with his current mod availability.
I would agree. I'm not seeing a lot of speed sets, and what I am
some of the speed sets that he's got on Revan are like
14, 15. Yeah. I mean, if we sit in here and we sort it, let's sort by speed set. So let's do a filter, and let's sort by speed set speed, and let's see what we got. Well, I could tell you right now, his best. So, like for example, he needs to take some of the stuff off, like Ewok Elder, and he could probably get there, right? He needs to, but we just got to check it out. But it's possible he could get a speed set, and then a non-speed set, and end up with a faster Revan.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely need to work on remodding there. I think it's basically remodding a little bit GK for be a little bit more tanky, remodding and getting Revan a little bit faster, and remodding and get GMY to hit a little bit harder. It's probably the first three things I see. And slice to A, man. You got a ton of slicing to do to A.
Yeah, you should be doing twice a day slicing. Just start with just go to GG here, speed secondary, and work your way down. And arena first.
Pretty much.
Get your best mods on your arena team, slice them all the way to A at least.
He's got mods we need to level up. Look at this speed arrow. This speed. Okay, so we have an arrow, an offense arrow, speed set bonus with 10 speed. That's only sitting at 12 on Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano. And that mod needs to go to 15.
Ew.
That's a nice mod. It's one of his best speed sets offense arrows.
You put that on Grandmaster Yoda, Jesus.
That could go on Grandmaster Yoda.
Offense, and more offense.
Hey, and more hey.
Yeah.
Yes. Poe Dameron. We got a mod sitting on Poe Dameron that needs to get leveled. Heck, we got a freaking speed arrow sitting on a Rururu at 1A that shows speed. We could probably level that to 12 and just see if it procs speed.
Not a Rururu.
On a Rururu. So a Rururu's diamond. I'm telling you. Yeah, I know. Of all the characters I decided.
I mean... Yeah.
But this is a great roster. He just needs to work.
It's the mods, you know. I mean, we can go look at his characters, but
yeah,
I mean, he talks about fluff,
and we're talking about trying to beat it in arena.
I'm not
right?
seeing a ton of fluff on here. I mean,
I know
well, there's some like
fluff.
He's got a lot of gear 8s, but I mean, it's not as bad as like say my roster.
Well, but here's the deal, right? I mean, I'd like to get his arena average from 75 to north of 50 to less than 50, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to see us be in the top 50 as an average in arena all the time. Which means, you know, by moving a couple of these mods around, maybe we don't drop as much, and when we don't drop as much, then we can get into the top 50 every day.
I mean, the characters, he's got 12 with Zetas. I don't have a problem with any of these characters. I'm not seeing any that make me go, You know, a lot of them gear 11, but they're not bad characters.
Nathaniel Morgan pulls up a good point. What's his Plo Koon at? Because that'll help him climb. Let's see here. Plo Koon. 7-star gear 8. That is just fine for climbing with a Revan team.
You need him to be like gear 9 just to be safe. But it's good for climbing, but defense, it's kind of it's terrible. It's terrible for defense.
Don't leave it on defense, regardless of how much gear you have on Plo.
But he's got to focus. He's got to focus on Jolie and Bastila to 12 first.
We need Jolie and Bastila to 12. Absolutely, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and let's focus on getting your arena team done first.
I don't really see how he's got a lot of fluff, man. He pushed everybody to 50 and left them alone.
Yeah, I've got that on there too.
So I'm not seeing this as being really fluffy.
There's a little bit of fluff, but nothing. This is not as bad as we've seen some rosters
it's
where we're
not
like,
that bad.
oh my dear lord.
Not even close, man.
You know, but yeah, I mean, Plo's fun to use on.
I mean, don't gear Mob Enforcer anymore.
No, anything Jedi Guardian, stop it. You know, stuff like that. If you're not using the character and you don't plan on using the character, don't touch the character. You can do the stars, but don't do gear or anything like that. Just focus on your main stuff. You know, and it's understandable. We've all started when we first started, and we didn't know what to do and stuff. Yeah. You know, all the rosters and stuff happened like that. We're just trying to playing the game. We didn't really know anything, so it happened. So, but I've not seen anything that just stands out.
He really seems like he wanted more help with arena, and I think helping him with arena get into that top 50. Get him more crystals, and he'll probably be a lot better.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's your priority. Is we got to remod your arena team. Offense for Grandmaster Yoda, Jedi Revan as fast as possible. You know, getting Jolie and Basil to 12, and then working on your mods is going to be a key component for you for Grand. You know, if you're hurting Grand Arena Territory Wars, now you know why. Your mods are all over the place. You know, it's not focused. Focus on your arena team and then start focusing on those meta teams. CLS, Sith, you know, Darth Triumphant. And then just work your way down from there. The teams that you're going to be using the most need to have your best mods. And as you're slicing them, you're moving them around, things of that nature. And, you know, once you get one team that's got all 5 A's and you're working on their 60s, then you go to the next squad. Say you get Jedi Knight Revan done. Well, go do CLS. Get your Han, Chewie, and everybody rocking and rolling. Then go do Triumvirate. Get them all rocking and rolling. Then, you know, Bounty Hunters. Get them squared away with your mods. That's kind of how I've been doing it. You know, I look at the mods I have on each character because a lot of times I go in there and I'm like, oh yeah, I just put whatever mods here. Let's put the best mods I got available and then put them on there, level them up, and then once I get that team rocking and rolling, then I move on. So that's kind of how you want to approach it. It's a very step-by-step process, but once you do it and you get your mods in order, it just makes your gameplay easier to where, you know, less stuff to focus on. So once you clean house once, it's a little bit like spring cleaning. Once you do it, you don't have to do it for a year. So that's where you're kind of at. That's pretty much what he wanted. Is there anything else you're seeing from this roster, Granda, that you want to shout out or talk about?
I mean, his ships look pretty good. right? He's doing well in ships, top top 30 basically. Looks like average 45. I mean 43. I'd like to see him get into that top 20 in ships.
Man,
I'd like to see him get into that top 20. He's
he
almost
has
got
the
a
Evan
roster.
Hawk.
He almost has a roster that can do it. With what he's got.
Yeah. It's a little helter skelter. We get you a little bit more focus there, guns.
It depends on how many Millennium Falcons he sees, right?
Yeah, Millennium Falcon's just a pain in the ass. I'm 50-50 on it with my fleet because it's just sometimes RNG just gets you and you're like, God damn it. But it's really powerful because they can, it's kind of like the Jedi Knight, Revan Traya when Jedi Knight Revan came out. If you had them, you were top of the world. If you didn't, then you're trying to see how far high you could possibly get. So,
dude, I have a Millennium Falcon, and I've still dropped into the 30s with Millennium Falcon before. And I jump in here and I'm like, what am I doing at 33?
I know.
How the hell did that happen?
It happens. It happens, and it's all mirror matches and stuff. So it's kind of what it is. So for now, ships is going to be like that for a while. It's like 90% of the meta, 89%. Millennium Falcon.
They give us more ships to choose from.
More ships. Because once the Revan event's done, I'm going in on the ships to get my own Millennium Falcon.
Rock says show his fleet ranger.
I don't want it. I'll show what I damn well feel like. Rock. All right, I'll show the ships.
I don't know. He might with this type of fleet. I get a feeling he's run into a lot of people that have the same fleet running like target lock and stuff. He might want to look into upping his Ebon Hawk instead of running Ray's Falcon. That way.
No, I would not run Ray's Falcon. No,
he needs to swap out Ray's Falcon for Lando's Falcon.
If you're going to use any Falcon, Ray's is not the one you want to use.
Well, Ebon Hawk will completely shut down target lock teams.
Cassian's Ewing or Ebon Hawk, because of what they do, they're really good. So I don't have any problem with the starting lineup, but personal reinforcements are fine. But you definitely want like a Cassian's Ewing or the Ebon Hawk flying in there. Get the Rays out of there.
I mean, yeah, Rays is good, but
he would do better. He would do better with his Cassian Ewing, actually.
Yeah, much better.
Just looking at his particular fleet here.
Yeah.
This Cassian's Ewing is much better geared. And I mean, the roster on the characters is much better. And I think he would do fine with Lando's Falcon as that last reinforcement, actually, even though it's only 5-star. Keep farming the stars on Lando, I think.
Lando's Falcon is awesome.
And
because me personally, I'm running for my 4 reinforcements. I'm running Phantom, Cassian, Ebon Hawk, and Lando's Falcon. Those are the 4 in that order. And I mean, even if it comes down to pulling out the Ebon Hawk or Lando's Falcon, those 2 just run over their last few ships, and it makes it so much easier having those 2 ships come in off reinforcements as both clear buffs. It kind of makes up for taking Ghost off the reinforcements. And you don't really miss that extra damage from that ship because the survivability of the Ebon Hawk.
Yeah. All right, so Guns, that is your roster review today. If you have any questions, reach out to us directly in our Discord. Grande, Fan, myself, it doesn't matter. We'll be here to answer any of your questions if you need any more advice or help with anything, remodding, things of that nature. That's what we're here for. And Finn, how does someone get a roster review?
He said he'd be right back.
All right, so Finn's useless again.
Finn has failed us again.
I mean, he had one job. He had one damn job. All right, if you would like a roster review, all you need to do is send your GG page to Dr. Finn with a list of what you'd like us to review. Make sure that when you send it, you put all that information in. Give him about a day if he doesn't respond right away. If he doesn't, then hit him up again just as a reminder. He will respond back to you and let you know when you're in the queue. It takes about 30 days for us to get your roster. That's how many people want roster reviews, so we're going through them as quickly as we can. I mean, we're doing about 20 to, or Jesus, even more than that, 20 to 25 a month. So, I mean, we're doing a lot of Ross reviews daily, and sometimes we even double up. So we'll get them as soon as we can. Now, when it's your turn in the queue to come up, we'll let you know ahead of time and what day we're going to do it so you can watch us live or know when it's coming. So that's kind of what you got to do for your Ross review. So, that being said, let us get into the questions. You guys have been submitting questions, and old Saintly Red has been scooping them up. Saintly, if you would be so kind, sir.
Eric Estrella, question for the KOTOR characters for Darth Revan. What should be the gear order when gearing them to gear 9/10? Who is easy and who's hard to gear?
Zal, Zal and Grana, you guys have geared them, right?
I will tell you that for me, the one that I found to be the hardest was actually Canderous. That's because at gear 80 needs a stun gun, and I don't normally like to give a character gear. Here's the thing, right? I mean, you're probably going to need them at about gear 7, right? On the low, maybe gear 7, gear 6. If you wanted to take them to gear 7 or gear 6 and just camp out, and wait until the event is here to see if you really need to be super on the gear, and then just save everything else.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
And I mean, there's, unless you're thinking, hey, guess what? I'm, in TW and TB, I'm gonna, TW and GA, I'm gonna run a Karth team. Then I mean, it's kind of all or nothing, right? I mean, my first goal is you either take them to gear 11, or you don't, or you leave them at gear 6. There's really no in between.
Yeah. See, for me, like I didn't get to gear Canderous and Juhani, but I did gear Karth to gear 11, and to take him from 11 to 12 isn't so bad, so his gear's fairly easy. The two that I did find that was really interesting, though, is HK and Fallen Bastila. Like, Fallen Bastila to get to gear 11 was really easy, but then you also need a lot of the same pieces to get her from gear 11 to gear 12 as HK. So, like, they kind of have the similar gear requirements to go from 11 to 12. Like, if you're going to use them in that arena team that they're putting out to us, and we're speculating is going to be the new triumvirate, right? Like Darth Revan, HK, and Fallen Bastila. So taking them from 11 to 12, I felt like was essential either way, even before the event. So I'm a couple pieces away from getting those two from 11 to 12. And again, it's just like Grande said too, I looked at the gear investment for Canderous, and it's a high investment too. And, I want to invest in that gear too for the Karth team after, the Revan event comes, but boarding away. So,
I mean, just hold it. There's zero reason to put gear on right now. We got two characters with reworks. We haven't seen the reworks yet. One of which we know they're nerfing the crap out of his leader ability, right? So
definitely.
They're nerfing it to the point where they're giving you back all the Omegas and all the Zetas. They've never done an Omega refund before. They've done a Zeta refund, but I don't think they've ever done an Omega refund. You can expect that leader to be garbage. I mean, straight up garbage. He may not even have a leader ability whenever we're done with him. Can you imagine that? Freaking HK-47, when he comes back out with his rework, may not even have a leader ability. That's how bad it's going to be.
Do you think he's going to be like BB-8 is to JTR him and
yeah,
Revan
exactly.
Be like...
We can look.
I don't think even
Here.
that.
You want to not get your hopes up? Plan on Darkside Bastila and HK being worse than Gamorrean Guard and Mob Enforcer when they get reworked. That way, when they come out, you'll be happy. They're not as bad as Mob Enforcer and Gamorrean Guard. I mean, don't get your hopes up.
Why are you hating Gamorrean Guard?
I'm just, because he's not very good.
That's a lie.
That's true.
He hasn't seen Urzatron use them.
I have seen Urzatron use his Beauty and the Beast team. All I'm saying is that what works whenever your GP is 2.3 or whatever it is does not work whenever you're...
No, you're right. No, but I like Gamorrean Guard, but he's a niche character. He's not somebody you want to work on early.
Yeah, it's like...
That is true.
That's endgame.
expect Bastila to be as good as Ugnut and Cup. You know, expect them to get nerfed to hell, and then when they come out and they're actually halfway decent, then you're happy, right? I mean, otherwise you're setting yourself up for being disappointed, and I don't want you to be disappointed. Don't expect there to be a team.
Grande.
Oh, I think we lost Grande.
Kind of team that's going to be some kind of savior in arena either. I mean, you know, when we get these super high hopes and we get super hyped up about a team, and then it falls short. This is not the. This is just.
I'll tell you now, though, Grande. I don't disagree with you on setting the expectations low so you're not disappointed. Like, that mindset is not a bad one. But if Darth Revan is not a counter to Jedi Knight Revan, there is going to be major outrage.
Dude,
I'm telling you right now, the meta for Jedi Knight Revan has been along. I know it's not as long as Traya was, right? But Jedi Knight Revan is one of the most boring aspects of arena right now. There are people that are just straight up bored because there is nothing in arena. It's straight Jedi Revan versus Jedi Revan for like 4-minute matches. It is awful. The state of arena is horrendous right now. So Darth Revan better be a counter to Jedi Knight Revan, or this game is going to get screwed.
I don't disagree with you, right? I mean, they effectively, the power creep on one character was a little dumb. I mean, they basically like wicked power creeped in one character, and you know, that's unfortunate. Let's hope they you know, let's hope what they don't think is oh, hey, we did way too much power creep with Jedi Revan, so let's not do very much power creep with Darth Revan. And so now you end up with, you know, we had that before. I mean, everybody thought Grievous was supposed to kill Jedis, right? I mean, this was just last month, guys. Last month, we were supposed to have the second coming of General Grievous, and it didn't work. All I'm just saying is the second coming of Revan may not be as great as everyone thinks it's going to be. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just saying don't put all your eggs in one basket.
I agree with you, Grande. I mean, CG doesn't have all that great of a track record with dark side characters, so.
I mean, they do great sometimes, but I mean, people think they're broken, right? I mean, we haven't seen the mechanics yet. I mean, when Zombie came out, everybody was like, it's broken. You know, when Nihilus came out, everybody said it was broken. I mean, we've seen them before where you're going to get the haters on whatever this kit looks like, so just be prepared.
All right.
B Perks, question for Ranger. When you do the stream for Darth Revan, can you try the event gear level by gear level?
Yes. I will do
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool, actually. Like, limp into it, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll see
like that.
how I mean, it's interesting because, you know, once you start getting 5, 6, and 7s where I'm going to have to start checking the gear, but I mean, I'm not going to be doing it right off the bat, so I'll have some insight of what it is, but I'll still do it anyway just to show you guys if it can be done, you know, how it's going and stuff. So it'll be a little bit long stream because I'll be doing that for you guys. You guys know I always do that for you guys.
Fat Tony 99 question. I took Bastila Fallen up to gear 11 and have the gear to take her to 12. Should I take her to 12 now or should I wait?
Wait. You should wait.
Yeah, I'd wait.
The only reason to not rate is because she's on your arena team. If she's on your arena team, don't wait.
Or another team that you're just planning on working on, but like actively working on for reasons other than Darth Revan.
Or you could use it for Territory Wars Grand Arena.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
I don't know. With the event coming up, I wouldn't waste the gear. Unless it's on your arena team, wait. I mean, you're not going to live and die on what happens in Grand Arena and TW with one team. So I'd wait. I'd still wait even if it's for Grand Arena or for TW. We're not talking about waiting forever. We're talking about waiting 3 weeks, 2 weeks. That's it. You can wait. You can wait a couple weeks.
We have a territory war now, Grande.
Not to mention, she's getting a rework, so she might end up really sucking.
What if she sucks and you put all that gear on her? Unless she's on your arena team, Wait till
She's
you
not
see
getting
the
a
kit.
rework. She's getting an
She's
addition.
just getting a unique, yeah.
They said she's getting a rework.
No, they said Fallen Bastila is not getting a rework. They're only getting additions to incorporate the fear mechanic or whatever with Revan. Hold on, I'll read the post. But Fallen Bastila was not getting a full rework.
I'd hold off.
Yeah, I'll find the post and read it. But yeah,
Hashtag Adeline Finn. Hashtag Grande sick.
I'm not sick. I choked some peanut butter down the wrong pipe.
Okay. Next question, please.
Blackbeard Premium question: best mods for Ginger Ninja.
What mods do you usually use on yourself there, Saintly?
6-piece soul set.
You want me to look at what mods I have on my Ginger Ninja?
Well, you are the Ginger Ninja expert.
No, I'm not.
Come on now.
He's
The
got a
Ginger Ninja's
4-piece
behind
Soul Steel set.
From one Ginger Ninja to another.
So really quick, so it says the changes to Fallen Bastila are fairly minor in comparison to HK-47, but are also intended to improve her synergy with Darth Revan. Bastila will have a new unique, and we are adding the new fear debuff to one of her special abilities. These minor changes were made to align with her Darth Revan, so they don't actually constitute a rework in the traditional sense, but rather highlight the bond between these two characters and introduce more synergies. So she's not getting a rework. She's getting one new ability and an addition of fear. HK-47 is getting all
I apologize.
No worries. There's a lot going on. And she is getting a little bit of a tweak, right? She's getting the addition to something on her special, and then she's getting a new ability. So you can consider it a rework, but it's not a rework in the sense like HK is getting everything changed.
Now back to the Ginger Ninja. Stanley, what do you think?
Well, what I have her modded for is 2 sets of health mods and a potency mod set.
Lots of speed.
Yeah.
Anybody else differently?
Really, there's kind of it depends on where you're using her. If you're using Enfys with so typically you want Enfys as a fast character. So it's all about speed pretty much with her. The faster she goes, the quicker she does her AoE, then she reduces cooldown or reduces turn meter, puts a daze on, and you can kind of stifle a team off the bat. So typically Enfys is going to be all about the speed. Whatever fastest you can get her, and then faster depending on whether or not she's in your arena team or whether or not. If you're using her as a counter to Revan team, so if you're using like the Zeta Maul or something like that, right? What you're going to be looking for is more tenacity, because you want to make sure that she doesn't get her health reduced. And so you load up on tenacity and go from there. And then you can go with protection as well. You can go with potency. It depends on what team that you're using. You're going to want one that calls more assists if you're going with more potency, because that way you can get more of the stuns and the cooldown and the turn meter reductions and all of that kind of stuff. But typically it's either speed or tenacity depending on how you're using her.
All right, next question.
Eric Estrella, question for Ranger: how many refreshes are you doing when farming the KOTOR tunes based on your crystals saved and your crystal income?
So I'm not doing any Cantina yet, but I really don't need to. I am doing the 25s on Juhani and Bastila, and I only need typically 150 energy refresh with all the 45s we get to do a couple rounds each on them. So that's who I'm working on right now. And then mainly focusing on getting the characters evenly up, so trying to get them all 6 stars, and then I'll start focusing on taking them up slowly and surely each way. My plan is I'm going to get that pack for Juhani and Bastila, and then I can just use the rest of my crystals, 1280s, 16s and stuff for Karth and finish him up, because he's the one that's the hardest. I'm not using any refreshes on him, but I am getting good drop rates. I'm getting 3 to 4 shards of him a day, so he's slowly creeping up. But Juhani and Bastila are the two that I'm trying to get, or Juhani and Karth are the two I'm working on now, especially Juhani. I want to get her to 6 stars today. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm doing it.
Ranger, are you doing any gameplay? Because it's on the GG page.
Oh yeah. Sorry. There we go.
Next question.
Eric Estrella, question for Grande. How would you mod the Karth team for PvP?
How would I mod the Karth team for PvP?
That's what it says.
So we got to decide who are we using on the Karth team. In my opinion, you need to use Mission, and you need to use Zalbar, and you need to use Juhani, and you need to use Canderous. That's my thought on the deal. The main thing is there are 3 Zetas that are needed: Karth Zeta, Mission, and Zalbar. Zalbar is all tenacity. Mission's all offense. You got crit damage, crit chance with Canderous. You got speed and protection on Juhani, and Canderous is offense again. So that's how I have it modded. That's for TW and GA.
Okay.
Rubber Duck Mafia, question. I'm 1.2 million GP, don't have Jedi Knight Revan, and won't be getting Darth Revan.
Well, first off, I love the name.
Mm-hmm. I've committed to the pillar system and am trying to fully develop my roster. Am I doing this wrong? My shard is all running meta.
Yeah, they probably paid for it. If you're free to play, it's going to take you longer. But if you stick with it, man, the pillar system works. There's a reason why the pillar system does what it does, because it keeps you focused on characters and it opens up your roster as you get more squads going. So it may seem like you're a little behind in the beginning. You're going to be a little bit behind in the beginning going for the pillar system, but if you stick with it, stay on target, it's going to start just slowly, it just starts trickling down to where you're like, one day you're going to look at your roster like, damn, I got all the pillars done. And, don't worry about those other characters. The new shinies is not something you need to worry about in the beginning. Just, stay on target. You'll be fine. It'll be okie dokie.
And then also, depending on how competitive you are, make sure that you're in a guild that is at one point. He said 1.2 or 1.3 GP, Stanley.
Yeah.
So right now, and I'll just say it this way: right now, recruiting is a pain in the butt for everybody. There is unfortunately a lot of attrition happening, and so people are recruiting. So if you are a lower GP person looking to get into a heroic guild, if you have a well-developed 1.3 roster, you have a chance of being able to find a solid heroic Sith guild, right? If you're not already in one. And getting Treya is going to help you get to that meta faster, right? So you stick with your pillars, and you continue to farm that. You're also going to be you're also getting the pillars work towards Jedi Knight Revan and all of that. But Treya is a counter to it. So what you want to do is make sure that you are working on trying to get your roster solid so that a heroic Sith guild, if you're not already in one, will take you in their spot. So now is a really good time for lower GP players to get into a guild that's running heroic Sith, by the way.
Especially into a Dark Lords guild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Grande?
Yeah. Just do your best. And when someone tells you to work on legendary or heroic characters, don't say, "But I don't use them."
Damn it, Grande. No question.
Ryrock, question. When is the deadline to the ACS bracket challenge?
You have until, hold on, let me look at the thing. So everybody that signed up for it should have gotten an email from CBS Sports to join the group. And there is 11 hours because tomorrow is the start of they do the play-in games. I may actually extend it because the play-in games are not included in this bracket. I'm checking right now. Then we can extend it to the 21st. Yeah, we can do it until the 21st because then you have the play-in games. So yeah, so until the 20th will be the last day. So I'm gonna extend it another couple days so you guys can sign up if you want. But yeah, that's when it'll be before the first day of the tournament. So it'll be before the 21st.
Okay.
Romulo's 1. Question, what's the optimum gearing level for Night Sister Zombie? Gear 10 or 12? Especially for Phase 4 of Heroic Sith Triumvirate Raid.
12.
Well, you don't really notice it for the raid, to be honest. The survivability, yeah, but for like GA and TW, definitely 12.
Well, I noticed it in the Heroic Sith raid because she's taking more hits before she's going down. With all that healing going on, I mean, you can, if your zombie's 12 and you've got her modded for health and protection, stuff like that, she's going to take quite a lot of hits before she even does anything, and she's constantly taunting. So that really does help you out with her survivability and stuff. So,
well,
I've
yeah,
noticed
at a lower. Mm-hmm.
Just my observation.
Yeah, I just recently bumped her from 11 to 12 within like the last couple weeks, and it didn't really like amp my score up anymore, but I did notice the survivability for sure. So, I mean, like if you're looking for more damage or anything like that, definitely not. Survivability, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's there to do what she does, and she just does it better at Gear 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Hermit Fulgrim, question, when ye landlubbers be having T-Money back for Pirate Wednesday, I'll make Finn's Porg walk the plank. I don't like your answers.
That be blasphemy. Leave the pork alone.
Well, besides that, that crazy Canadian, I don't know what she's been super busy doing her own things and stuff, and you know, she has some stuff going on in real life, so she's always welcome. Finn, you can reach out, see if she wants to come on. She's always welcome. She can just pop in.
Very busy woman.
She is a very busy.
Yeah, they were on Shattered Order on Friday too, actually.
So
T-Money be a secret Ewok.
And that's I dare you to tell her that.
She knows she be wearing them ears on her stream.
That's not what there's.
Next question.
That be science.
It's not Wednesday.
There, I helped you get out of your hole that you had dug.
Darth Cyan 1972. Question, CG made a correction on the trailer that was released sitting 3-21 was not a final date for Darth Revan. For the panel, when are you guessing the event will begin?
321.
Yeah. So that post basically is just saying that it's a soft date.
It's 321. Yeah, bro. Come on.
They're hedging everything.
Right. So in case something goes on where they can't get it out, you know, if they find something or anything like that, it's not a be-all, end-all, drop-down date. Is it pretty much set in stone? Almost, but it's not 100% because, as they explained, and I understand, shit happens. You know, and you have to be able to adjust. So they're hedging their bets a lot because if it doesn't come out on the 21st, they can go back and say, no, we said, you know, start tomorrow on the 22nd, the 21st because blah, blah, blah. You know, so they're being a little bit, giving themselves a little bit of
They did the same thing with Jedi Knight Revan,
Sure.
right?
They did exactly the same thing before.
Yeah,
Yep.
They're just hedging just in case, right? But if you look at everything in the game, most importantly are the packs, right? The packs are always set to end at the end of the event. So potentially they can extend the time if it comes down to it. But if you look at the time frame, the Darth Revan event is going to start on the 21st and will end at the exact same time as your Bastila Juhani pack and your Karth Canderous pack will end, which is currently listed at 9 days and 14 hours for me. So that's where it is.
To be honest, they should have done a coming soon instead of an actual release date.
It wouldn't have mattered. We all knew the date because of the pack. The listing of the date is somewhat irrelevant. Everything in game is pointing to the 21st. Now, obviously, they can extend it, right? But they could always extend it later too. So it's not really a big deal. It's just they're hedging to make sure, but they know the importance of hitting this at the right time. Like there's nothing else in game that takes priority over making sure Darth Revan comes on the 21st.
Nathaniel Morgan, question: doesn't Jedi Revan limit character building? Seems like it's okay for the new shiny to be OP and OG characters can't be useful in the meta.
In the meta, yes, but I mean, listen, I brought this up the other day. When you're doing these other events of size arena is very, very important, but there's other things going on like territory wars and Grand Arena. You need more than one team than the meta team to be successful in Grand Arena. I don't care how powerful your team, it's one team. So when you're playing Grand Arena, you can have Darth Revan and Jedi Knight Revan. If you don't have anything else surrounding them, you're going to lose. It's just a fact. I'm sorry, So the development of your roster, so they're not the top echelon team. Doesn't mean that they're not important. JTR is very important. CLS is very important. These characters and raids and other things are just as important. There's other aspects of the game that you need these characters for. We get so fixated on arena only, and it's important. Don't get me wrong. You cannot underestimate getting that crystal income and doing the best you can there, but it's one aspect of the game. In territory wars, you better have your stuff together, because you need teams on defense and you need teams on offense. Typically, you need 4 solid teams on defense and 4 solid teams on offense. Great mods, rounded up, ready to go. You can only use that team once on defense and offense. It's either sitting on a team on defense and you hope they don't have the counter and beat it. They get you lots of defenses, and you can only use it once on offense to counter something that they have. So these other characters do have value. You make it seem like there's Darth Revan, nothing else. That's not the case. Triumvirate is important. CLS team is important. JTR team is important. These teams matter. Bounty hunters matter. So you have to think about it and more than that. Now, if you just want to talk arena, yeah, that's a whole different animal. But it's just one side of it.
I partially agree with you on that, but I don't know. For me, I don't know if it's the same for anybody else, but the most important aspects of the game to me are where the crystals come from. Arena, there's territory wars, territory battles.
This game is so strange. There's characters you're just not going to use in this game. Like Jedi Guardian.
Like Koth.
It just is. You shouldn't. No one uses Jawas for anything. But if you look at teams, there are some characters that are older that you can still use that are still viable, but at different levels is my main thing. There's just different levels of uses for them. Some characters you may have that you're just not using. It's just the nature of the game. They're introducing new characters. Now they do need to do a better job of incorporating a little bit more of your roster into to be used in different areas. But you got your arena, you got your ship arena, and then you got your grand arena, you got your other things. Arena is the most important. There's no doubt about that. You want to have the best team you possibly can there, and you want to have it developed as best you can. Get as high as you can for arena. We stress it enough. But some people that are free to play, most of the players when these new characters come around are not going to get these characters. So, you still want to have your roster developed in a way that you can still compete in these other aspects of the game. So you are getting the max benefit of rewards and things of that nature the best you can.
Tilo Mad 92 question: I'm able to take number 1 in arena, but my Yoda offense is less than 7,000. I want to get it above that. Should I focus on farming mods to get Yoda over that for TW and Grand Arena, or farm speed mods?
I wouldn't. If you're getting rank 1, then leave your Yoda where he is. The whole thing is about your payoff, right? What does farming this get you? And is it worth the effort, right? If you're already able to get rank 1 in arena, you can if you want to try and make your team better, but chances are you have other teams that might require more attention than just trying to get your Yoda up. A lot of different teams, and I mentioned this to the VIPs and stuff when I do the mod sessions with them, to all of the patrons and whatnot, the purple and gold patrons. When you're modding, it's important to figure out who the engine is to some of your teams, right? Some of them really have a character that needs a lot of speed in order to get your team going. Thrawn is one, Enfys is another, BB-8, Stark, Night Sister Zombie. I mean, there's a whole bunch depending on what team you're running. Bosk. And so making sure that you mod those engines to be as fast as possible for your team to be successful is going to be more important, in my opinion, than trying to get your Yoda over 7,000 if you're already getting rank 1, right? So it depends on what your other teams are, how far progressed they are you working on other teams? So it's hard to say for sure which mods to focus on. It just depends on where your roster is.
Like Grim, trying to get a 7-star Thrawn, you better have that sucker done before this event ends, Grim, or I'm going to kill you.
I'm not.
Damn you, Grim. Oh my God. I can't.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to jeopardize getting Revan for Thrawn. I'm sorry.
I can't really argue with that. Revan, yeah, it's kind of important. But
Revan is more important than Thrawn. Sorry, guys.
I totally understand.
I hate putting a dark side character behind a freaking light side character as far as farming priorities, but Revan is just that OP that I need him, and I'm really suffering in Arena for not having him.
Darth saying 1972. Question to follow up on Grande's power creep of Revan. Why can't CG build new characters around not nerfing character after character? Has CG boxed themselves into a power creep corner?
I'd say yes. They have boxed themselves in.
For Arena, they have, yeah.
Not really.
Because, well, in order to make characters able to even compete with Revan teams, they need to do the power creep.
Depends on what
it really sucks.
Here's part of the problem is you got again, they rework characters and they don't really think about interactions. And I think that's part of the challenge here, right? I mean, Revan would not be that great without GMY and Jolie. It's the combination of Revan, Jolie, and GMY being able to 100% guarantee if I use this ability, I will res every character that died that's Jedi is OP. Being able to say, oh, every time I do a basic, I get 40% turn meter, and oh, by the way, every other character on the team does a call-in assist, which will call me in. That's OP. So the Revan is not the problem with the Revan team. The problem with the Revan team is the two others with Revan. I mean, if we didn't have the GMY rework, and we didn't have Jolie, and we were down to using a character like Jedi Knight Anakin, or we were using Ayla Secura, or we were using GMY before his rework, we wouldn't even be talking about this team. We'd be like, yeah, it's okay. Ha ha ha, you're running Jedi. That's neat, right? But we wouldn't even be talking about it. It's the synergy that they all have that makes it over the top.
Agreed.
The other thing too, it's not that hard to counter Revan by adding a new ability or something into the game that is not that OP. Simple example,
Agreed.
right? The Revan team does so much based on volume. You could easily replicate something like a Houndstooth ability has, where the first damage is normal, but after that you start stacking protection on everybody that's on the team. Anybody that does a single attack damage per turn is not going to have any issues, right? But it's all the teams that are doing multiple attacks that may get nerfed. But that brings back then Traya, right? Because Traya is all single target. You're not really assisting on any crazy amount. And then you can bring back other metas to be a counter. It's not that hard to stop the power creep. The problem is they made it so extreme with Revan in that they basically combined 6 different characters' abilities into a single character that it seems overwhelming at this point. But if you look at the mechanics of how Revan operates, it's not actually that hard to create maybe 1 or 2 abilities, one of which could be on a leader ability, that would reduce everything that Revan does to nothing.
Here's the thing, though. They should have realized they had a problem when his leader ability looked like, Ranger J 1999's MBA dissertation.
Yeah,
I mean, they should
it was
have
a
known. They should have known.
fan fiction, you know.
They should have known that whenever the.
I worked really hard on that, by the way.
I know you did, and I can tell that CG worked really hard on that leader ability, which is why it's 4 freaking paragraphs. But no character should have a 4-paragraph leader ability.
Is it any better though than what they did with C-3PO? Because it became somewhat obvious that C-3PO has 3 different uniques because they tried to put it in one and it became too long.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that's exactly what it looked
Finn
like.
is correct with this one.
Like C-3PO came out after Revan. He has 3 different uniques. Or sorry, it's 4, isn't it? It's 4.
well,
and
he doesn't have a. Yeah.
it looks like they're all just part of one ability that they didn't want one giant paragraph, so they split it up into 4 different ones and then force you to use Omegas on them. Like, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So all of the characters are going towards that ridiculous length ability format, which is not it's gonna be awful for Darth Revan. It's gonna be like paragraph after paragraph on his kit. But
the problem is when you have a paragraph leader ability, we end up having to have 7 sessions on trying to teach the players how to use it. Right? I mean, there's a reason.
get ready for
why.
Darth Revan. It's gonna be 2 paragraphs, Grande.
Yeah, dude. If they do the same with Darth Revan as they did with 3PO, he'll have like 3 leaderships that need 3 Zetas.
That's just dumb, guys. It's just dumb.
But I mean, I agree, Grande.
I don't think it's more fun to play with an ability because it's 20 paragraphs long. I mean, there is something that says, playing with stuff that's simple can be fun. And, you don't have to get fancy and cutesy. I mean, can we just get back to playing naked backgammon? I mean,
yeah, I miss.
I would also venture to guess most people that have Jedi Knight Revan and using him, a lot of them don't even know what he does. They just know the sequence of attacks they need to do, and that's it. Like, they don't even know why certain things are happening, but they're just like, I know I need to attack Grandmaster Yoda first, and somehow he comes back.
Well, you can tell because they'll have speed on GMY, right? And they won't even have health mods on Jolie, right? And they don't have speed on Bastila, and their GK is modded all wrong. And you're looking at it and you're like, this guy this is what everybody monkey see, monkey do. Right?
Yeah, I miss the days of when the leaderships were just 1 line long that says, whenever an ally is crit, all allies gain turn meter. There you go.
Yeah. Or
they're removing that one too, Gren. That's the HK one.
No, that's actually the Rex one that I.
No, the HK is that too. Whenever a droid crits, they gain turn meter. And that one's going away.
I miss the simpler days.
Yeah, back when you can put Rey and Geonosis Soldier under Qui-Gon. Those were the good days.
With no mods. Back pre-mods.
Yeah, no mods.
Pre-mods, pre-protection. Right? Remember pre-protection, pre-mods?
Oh, yeah.
Pre-Omegas? Not even pre-Zetas. Pre-Omegas. We didn't even have Omegas. Remember back whenever we were all upset? We're like, the game does not give us enough blues and enough greens in order to level everything up.
And then we're always low on purples.
Yeah, we're... It was a similar time back then. We only had 3 tables. Back in my day, we only had 3 tables in the holiday.
I know, everything else was like just a nice glowing light for us.
It was a coming soon glowing light, right? Back in my day, we had key cards, and every day you got a key card.
Back in my day, the hut used to sit in the little VIP area, and we used to just stare at it.
That's right. I never got to fight the hut.
No,
I still don't get to fight the hut. When do I ever get to fight that hut that pushed me over? I promise you, he ain't as good as me now. There's no way the monocle hut is as good as me now. I'd kick his ass. I'd strangle him with a Princess Leia chain. I'm telling you, he's going down.
Jason Hummel. The holo table was a coffee table.
God.
Back when you could spend 10 minutes in the game and that was enough.
Next question.
Anyway, there was a time when we didn't even care if you did your 600 because there wasn't a 600 yet. Back in February of 2016.
God. All right, Zanley, let's get to the next question.
What else? 73 question. So I just looked at the meta report and Revan hit 90% finally. Do you think that'll make them speed up getting Darth Revan out or not?
No, they're still scheduled for the 21st.
They have a schedule to follow.
As much as we want them to, changing schedules for a company like that with so many people is not an easy task.
Nah.
There are
They've
hoops
project
and
managed it all.
approvals.
They've project managed it all out. They've probably scheduled artwork changes with Google and artwork changes with the app with Apple. They've probably scheduled something with StarWars.com to come out and say Darth Revan is coming. I mean, they've got the PR thing scheduled all the way out. They probably got 4 or 5 videos preloaded on a YouTube channel that they don't have control of when crap gets released. Cough, cough. EA Star Wars YouTube channel. But they probably. So they probably tried to get everything scheduled. They got all these different parts and pieces moving. They ain't changing the date, man. Unless something that comes out seriously broken, they ain't changing the date. They're going to leave some wiggle room, but that's just wiggle room.
Trying to said wiggle.
I'm telling you.
Wiggle,
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Remember when you used to keep your GP low so you could beat Galactic War?
Oh, God.
Oh, dang. Yeah. You were like, oh, crap, I can't go fight a team that's hard in Arena because then I can't finish Galactic War. Do you remember whenever something you'd go all the way through Galactic War and like if you lost a team early, you'd get to the end and you'd see it and it would be like somebody. It was always like someone at TI. Hey, here's the thing too is remember back then mods were active and so if they were in your guild, you could actually contact them and be like, hey, can you remove your mods for like 10 minutes off of your Kylo Ren unmasked? And they'd be like, yeah, sure. And I'd be like, sweet. And you're like, thank you. Boom. And you like go in and beat Galactic War. And then you're like, sweet dude, you can put them back on. By the way, that's a nice team. And they're like, sure, no problem. Because the mods were active.
It was the good old days. All right, next question. We're getting nostalgic on this Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're getting incredibly nostalgic.
Science.
All right, Stanley.
What else? 73 question. At what point is the Ebon Hawk Arena viable on a MILF team? 5-star Karth, 7-star T3 M4, and at 4-star A?
Okay, Ebon Hawk is not viable until he's at least 5-star.
Yeah, not on a MILF team. He's
and the
5-star
reason why
minimum.
is because at 5-star you can at 5-star with all the characters at Gear 11. It lets you put all the Omegas and the reinforcement abilities, but at 4-star, you can't put all the reinforcement abilities on it. By the way, I fought that team, and I'm just going to tell you, I think you do better with Cassian on the team.
I think so.
I mean, you got a lot more viability with Cassian's U-Wing. Cassian's U-Wing is easier to farm. Cassian's U-Wing is Rebel. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to like Cassian's U-Wing, in my opinion, over that Ebon Hawk. Cassian's U-Wing uses characters we already know what they're doing. I mean, I know it's not the new shiny, and everybody loves the new shiny. Woohoo, the new shiny! But Ebon Hawk is really, to me, seems like it's part of another meta they're in the process of building.
Well, the Ebon Hawk, it's more of a if you're having issues dealing with target lock teams.
Which,
you know,
I mean, who's having issues with?
Yeah, if you're
not
not
saying
having
it's not
problems with
great. I'm not saying it's not good. It's just current meta wise, it's just other crap that's better. Yeah.
But I mean, Yeah, if you're not having problems with target lock teams, use Cassian.
Here's the thing. Finn, Grim, and Grande agree. Guess what that probably means?
The world is coming to an end.
It only happens.
It is pretty darn cold outside.
I'm telling you.
Not down here.
Freaking Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn have aligned. I'm telling you guys.
Grande has to be Saturn.
Oh, I definitely.
Because you're the only one with a ring on.
Grim is freaking Pluto. That's all I got.
Yeah, I am out there, huh?
He's way out there, man. You're like, what? What? Yeah, CLS is good.
Are you calling him a dwarf?
I'm
He's not even a planet anymore. Pluto is no longer a planet.
You guys suck.
Hey, yeah. At least I didn't call him Uranus. We skipped one. All right, next question.
Ancient Revolution question: do you think we will ever get the ability to sim assault battles? I know some people still like doing them, but I find them boring and being relatively new. Still, that is saying something.
I agree. I really want to be able to sim those.
Bro,
They need to get rid of 8 battle and 6 wave crap all in the game. Let me
man, I go in, I put it on auto, and I come back and I get free crap. Like, seriously, guys, put it on auto.
They need to get rid of anything that's 6 waves or 8 waves in the game and just make everything 4. It's too long. Even on auto, I'll watch it. I will keep.
There are whole games. There are whole games you can't sim. Like
I'm not even asking for you to sim it. I'm saying is reduce the waves. I'm not even saying sim.
Right. But I'm just saying there was like some kind of like Marvel Contest of Champions thing that didn't even have sim, and you basically had to keep your phone open and just have it like run in the background. I mean, you and I play a Tactical Monsters game which you can't sim in, and you got a Rumble. You got like a Rumble Tower thing. You just put it in, or guerrilla warfare thing.
Yeah, but you know what the good thing about that game is, Grande? There's a sandbox mode.
Here's the thing, though. You can't sim some of that stuff.
I don't care. Whenever I'm bored, then I can fight you and we can have fun. This game doesn't have that. So I'm just saying. You guys are crying about something that I don't think is the worst thing ever. I think they need to get rid of all the waves. Just make it 4. I'm not even saying sim. Just make maximum of any. I'm thinking overly simming is not. It's a wah kind of moment for me.
I don't know. Personally, I just like when they make it to where you don't spend as much time in the game. I mean, I know they want us to spend more time in the game, but like
here's
some of us have jobs.
They can't even get the Rancor sim right because it won't auto join everyone.
Yeah,
I mean, here you guys get your freaking hopes up and you think it's going to be awesome. And then we're like, oh wait, there's no auto join button. Well, crap. I right now I would recommend auto join, auto rating for everyone if it put everybody in the game, because on a guild wide total, I don't want anyone missing rewards for a raid, right? And so if it auto joined and it gave them rewards, my guild would be simming today. The problem is, you still got to get everybody in the freaking thing, and that blows. Anyway,
science.
Get off my soapbox on that damn thing.
Delo Mad 92 question: what's the panel's favorite character in Star Wars lore?
The Eternal Twins.
What?
My favorite character in Star Wars lore is Darth Talon.
Mine is Vader. Rangers is Ugnaught. And Sanely, what about yours?
The Range Trooper.
There you go. Next question. And Zyla. Is Zyla still here? He's been quiet.
Zyla just has not been
Yeah.
talking, man. Zyla, what's going on with you?
I mean, like, I'm just chilling, doing a bunch of cleaning.
Favorite character in Star Wars lore?
Lore, Thrawn. I love the books.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, those were really good books.
I catch myself reading them over again when I don't have anything to read, but it's not too often nowadays.
Oh, so my question, Darth Revan kit revealed today or tomorrow?
Probably
We have
tomorrow.
no idea.
Probably tomorrow, 5 minutes before the stream, so it sends Finn and Ranger scrambling to try and catch up.
Well, I mean, you know.
That's
Because
fine.
that's usually what happens.
Or maybe when we'll get the kit when the event drops.
Surprise!
Surprise, mother.
Next question.
What else 73? Question: if I have no expectation of getting Darth Revan this first time, how many Zetas should I save for the new hot shiny?
9.
It looks
Over
like
9,000.
Or
it looks like
9,000.
most of the teams that are being developed now, right? If we use Darth Revan as a indicator, chances are it's going to be 5 Zetas for a team, assuming all the characters are new, right? Or you haven't Zetaed anything. So chances are with the Darth Revan, right? Guessing here, there's probably going to be 3 on Darth Revan, 1 on HK, and then the 1 on Fallen Vassal. That's probably what you're looking at. We have something similar with Revan, with Jedi Knight Revan, right? It's Jedi Knight Revan's 3, Grandmaster Yoda 1, and Jolee 1. So 5 would be kind of the safe bet if you're trying to save for whatever the next meta is. But again, if you're working on teams, then put your Zetas on those teams first, and don't worry about the shiny. It just depends on where your roster is.
Gav P, is it bad that I've subscribed my girlfriend's YouTube account to RSG so I can catch the lunch stream whilst I'm in Tenerife on holiday? Cheers to you guys from 30 degrees Celsius, Canary Island sunshine. Hashtag Cruise Campo.
No, it is not. We appreciate the
Yes,
dedication.
we do. Science.
And if she asks, we had nothing to do with it, and you can blame Finn.
Yeah. So let me tell you, hon, about this
Poor Glover.
this evil bastard Finn.
She'll probably walk up to you, slap you on the back of the head, and say, "Why can't you look at porn like other men?"
I know, like you're trying to make excuses. Like, are you looking at Archie again? No, I swear, honey, it's porn. I swear to God.
It's porn this time.
I swear.
promise, honey, it's porn.
All right,
No,
next
it's
question.
sports. I'm looking at the latest scores. You're looking at Archie again, aren't you? Yes, I'm sorry.
You're not on that Porg hub, are you, honey?
No,
Yep. What else 73? Question: what grade did Ranger get on his dissertation of Revan?
Hey,
All right, next question.
Of Revan, it was an A+.
I did good.
Gav P. Question: does Ranger get an honors for ranting about this not being his Revan?
It's close to. I can handle this Revan, Darth Revan, more than I could Jedi Revan.
We haven't seen the cat yet. He's gonna wig out again, guys. Don't worry.
No, but those are special occasions. I just don't rant to rant. It's got to be for the right reasons, guys.
Well,
Yeah,
you
either something
can
really
rant
bad in CG or something that Finn did.
Okay, right.
about the fact that we got Jedi Knight Revan and we're getting Darth Revan, but not the true Revan.
No, someday we'll get the true Revan, but it's fine. I can handle Darth Revan, not a problem. So, unless this kid is just poop.
I'm going to throw this out there because this would be completely evil. What if they put out an event where you had to pick a character, right? You can only do the event once, and you have to pick the event reward. Would you pick Black Jedi Luke or your Lord and Savior Darth Revan? Just plain Revan.
Revan. But the true Revan, yeah, I'm going with Revan every time.
Revan or Luke? That is the question. Grande, who would you go with?
Darth Revan.
Not Darth Revan, just regular Revan. You would go with regular
the true
Revan?
The true Revan.
Yes.
True Revan or Black Suit Jedi Luke?
Oh, probably black suit Jedi Luke.
Okay. Grim,
True Revan.
Sanely,
Revan.
Xylo,
Revan.
and I think I'm gonna go with Luke. Black
Now,
Luke.
if they were to do Dark Side Luke from EU, I'd choose Dark Side Luke. Because that was
well, that's a whole different thing.
that was an epic side story, man. One of the best ones.
All right, next question.
David Bond, question: do you think that Rex's leadership will get the Nerf bat when we get more clones? They have set that precedence that they couldn't work around TM-based leaderships with the HK-47 rework.
Yes, Grande's been saying this for a while.
And it makes me sad. Because Rex is still so awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they introduce new clones with new abilities, and Grande has said this for quite a while, clones would become broken as hell. Because Rex's lead is just awesome. So yes, they would have to nerf Rex if they introduce more clones, I think.
Gav P, question: is simming the Rancor worthwhile, or do we, as a net, lose out?
No, you gain in a net, but there are issues. So one, you still need to join, right? So some people in your guild, unless they're paying attention, will think that simming means they don't have to join anymore. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen. As long as you have 25 people join the raid, it pretty much makes it fine. But here's the thing. The optics are going to look bad. And what I mean by that, when you have the raid rewards come out, you have 50 different people getting individualized chests, right? So you have 50 people getting a unique set of rewards. And so you open it up, and I'm sure your guild talks about how one person got a full piece here, somebody else got a full Carbonti, somebody got a full droid collar, whatever it is, right? The way that simming works is everybody gets the same reward. On average, the reward is going to be better. But what's going to happen is now you only have one shot for the entire guild to get a full piece. And so it's going to seem like you're not getting full pieces at nearly the rate, because it's the same thing that happens with territory wars, right? It feels like you're not getting them at a good enough rate because you're only getting one attempt at getting the full, versus in a while you're doing it, everybody has an individual chance. So your guild actually has 50 chances in order to get one piece versus one chance to get 50 pieces. So it's going to look somewhat bad, but the rewards are actually better for most people to actually sim if you look in the long run. But it is something that you'll want to decide with your guild, because some people like to reward those that are actually actively attacking. So that's kind of how it works out.
Gav P, question, not really a question, but thanks for my roster review. Gets me in the top 50 for both Fleet and Arena, and improving my guild members' ranks too. Much thanks.
Oh, well, very glad.
We could have helped.
Science! We may be dumb, but we're dumb.
That's science.
Nathaniel Morgan, question: when will Ranger put in Plo? It works. Science.
I just don't care. He's not wrong. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. But I don't.
Ranger, is your game not updated or something?
What do you mean?
How come yours doesn't have the little? You haven't turned on the buff thing?
No.
To group them?
I guess not. Yeah, I just don't care.
Really? God, I can't stand the Revan fights without that now. Like, you can't see anything. It's just a whole screen of buffs.
I know what's there. It doesn't really bother me.
God, I would hate that. All right, any more questions, Ainley?
No, that was the last one.
Hooray!
Yay, we did it. We worked hard, guys. Did a good job. All right, so give us a thumbs up, subscribe. I would just like to say I'm sorry to everybody out there for Mommy and Daddy, a.k.a. Finn and Grande, fighting on the stream.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Mommy and Daddy were fighting, and we got 4 thumbs down. I just want you to apologize, Grande.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize Mommy and Daddy were fighting.
Yeah, Mommy and Daddy were fighting.
That you always say that every time, Grande. Every time we get into a fight and then you pretend like nothing ever happened, then we do it all over again.
Well, we all know who wears the pants in that relationship.
Finish him.
Flawless victory. But thumbs up, subscribe if you guys could right now. Check out our Patreon. Love our Patreon supporters. Also check out our Amazon wish list. Anything updated on the Amazon wish list, Finn? Yes? No?
Sorry, I had to unmute. I don't think so. I think it's the same as it's been for like the last week or so. We added something.
So
for
I
your
think
running.
Yeah, if you guys want to help me out, the poor college student that I am, we put a couple things on there that on the wish list. I think a pair of shorts.
Yodeling pickle.
I was gonna say, it's the yodeling
just
pickle
put the
there.
damn pickle on there.
No, the yodeling pickle is not on there.
I think something to carry my phone for the run. So there's some cool stuff like that, I think, for each of us on there. There's some. So check out the Amazon wish list if people like to get us stuff. So we stopped arguing a long time ago, so you can check that out. And then where are we at with the ACS campaign, Finn?
So we are currently at 11,461 on the Tiltify. We have the lightsaber being rolled when we get to 13,750. So we're about 20. We're less than 2,500 away now. So anything you guys can donate, greatly appreciated. And we are currently doing the March Madness bracket pool, where if you guys buy the $5 reward, I will send you the link to join our CBS pool. You guys join, fill out a bracket. The winner of the bracket is going to get a $25 either Google Play or iTunes gift code, so you guys can add that to your account. If depending on how many people we have, we will add additional rewards as well, potentially. We are currently at, I think, 12 people signed up. So, or 12 people that should be signing up. So if you guys, make sure you check your emails for a CBS. I'm going to email everyone from the RSG email too, to remind everyone to check for those emails. But yeah, so if you guys want to join the pool, make sure you guys go to Tiltify, $5 donation to the American Cancer Society. We send you the link, you join the March Madness, and you have a chance at winning a $25 iTunes or Google Play gift card.
All right. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping in. We very much appreciate it. Stanley, you're going to be playing some KOTOR here in a little bit.
Yep.
All right. So you guys can check that out. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I've got 2 big projects due today. I've got 2 big projects and then a paper, and then I will be done with my college career. I'm so happy. So I've got to go knock that out. I'll try to get the Basla pack here tonight or tomorrow, so I get Johanny and Basla, and we'll be closer for Ranger doing his epic stream of getting Darth Revan for you guys. So on behalf of myself and the crew and everybody else, thank you guys for stopping in. Check out the rest of our content. And with that, we sign off and wish you all a great rest of your day. Peace.